All right. You are looking live. It's sold out MetLife Stadium where today the 16-0 and playoff bound New York Giants will be taking on the 0-16 Seattle Seahawks. And why are the Seattle Seahawks 0-16? Because they suck. Welcome to the Gridiron. Anybody out there at all that's going to spend a little bit of time with me here this evening, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. If anybody's going to spend any time watching the replay of this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. It really does. Thank you. I'm going to try to go about 30 minutes here tonight, shoot my mouth off for about 30 minutes. Anybody got anything to say, please feel free, fire away, throw it in the chat box. I usually try to check on the chat box like every 5 or 10 minutes or so. So if I see something in there, as soon as I see something in there, I try to respond to it as fast as I can. So please feel free, fire away. And plus also, instead of me just rambling on for half an hour, 45 minutes, or whatever it winds up being, it's just nice to talk to another Giant fan. So please feel free, fire away. Before I get started, if anybody wants to help support my channel out, it would mean the absolute world to me. In the description box below, there's a top link in the description box. Takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. First one's called the Saquon. Second membership level I got is called Lawrence Taylor. And the third membership level I got is called the Gridiron. Each one has their own little perks to them. So if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me. And I thank you. Thank you so much in advance. If you are subscribed to my channel, once again, thank you so much. It means the world to me. Thank you. I can use all the support I can get. If you're not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way, next time I go live or put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. What do you got to lose, right? But if you are subscribed to my channel, once again, thank you. And then finally, in the description box below, there's 3 links. Top one takes you to my Facebook group. Then I got one for Twitter or X or P or Q or R or whatever Elon, the moron Musk is calling it this week. To me, it's Twitter. To me, it'll always be Twitter. Whatever the moron wants to call it, it's always Twitter to me. And there's also a TikTok too. All right. If you want to follow me on Twitter, check out my TikTok account. I usually try to put some videos up there every day, Giant videos, and also the group. The group, we have over 6,600 members in the group. It's growing very, very well. It's doing simply fantastic. Absolutely love it. And as I said, so if you want to, join the group, become a member, I said, usually 24/7, almost 365. I'm putting stuff in there all the time. There's a ton of Giants information going in the group every day. All right, so with all that stuff said and done, out of the way with, how about those Cowgirls, huh? Man, I'll tell you what. It's a good day. It's a good day, when your team doesn't lose, right? The Giants don't lose, and the Cowgirls go down to defeat. Man, they suck. Cowgirls suck. Man, baby, I love it. Absolutely love it. On the road to a backup quarterback to lose by double digits. Oh, man. And right at the end of the game, Dak's driving him down the field, trying to be the $700 trillion a year guy that he's trying to get paid, getting him down, handing it off, getting him inside the red zone, boom, throwing an interception. Only like Dak could, because he's a piece of garbage. Absolute freaking piece of fucking garbage. Dak Prescott, you suck, brother. How about those Cowgirls, huh? 2-1 now. Going down the feet, man. Man, I tell you what, I love listening to all those moron Cowgirl fans in the groups and stuff like that. Yeah, we outscored our opponent 70-10. We're the greatest team of all time. Get the out of here. You suck. Absolutely suck, you Dallas Cowgirl fans. You fucking suck. You lost to the worst team in football on the road by double digits to a backup quarterback. You fucking suck, Dallas Cowboys. Oh, man. Woo! Good day, baby. Good day. The only thing that's make this even better is that tomorrow night, the Eagles, they lose too. I'm hoping on that too. Man, what a great day. What a great day. Benny G-Man in the house, baby. Cowgirls, you suck. Absolutely suck. Giants scored twice as many points against the same team as you fucking blowhard in Dallas Cowgirl piece of crap morons. You suck. Dallas Cowgirls came and beat a backup quarterback. You think like you're the greatest team of all time. You came and beat a backup quarterback, and you lose by 12 points. Get the out of here. You fucking suck. Can't stop the run. You can't even score any points. You fucking suck. Cowgirls, 2-1. Go fuck yourselves. Dallas Cowgirls. Yeah, man, I love it. I love it. Great day. Great day. Can't wait for the Eagles to lose, too. That'll be happening soon, too. They suck, too. They suck. All right, so we got, everybody keeps asking. So who's calling the plays? Everybody keeps asking. Who wants to, who's calling the plays? So Darius Slayton says, Mike Kafka is still calling the plays. Who's calling plays for New York Giants? Is it head coach Brian Daboll or is it coordinator Mike Kafka? That question arose after the team's comeback victory after the Arizona Cardinals, right? And some argue that Daboll must have assumed the play calling duties. And even you see the videos of him, he's got his hand on the mic down here, whatever it is. He's got his, the card up to his face. Looks like he's calling plays into me. I said, despite the theories, Daboll insists that nothing changed and that Kafka was still calling the plays. Nope, Daboll said bluntly when asked if he called plays in week 2, we always communicate like that. Well, I don't really seem to remember seeing it like that, like him holding the thing down, holding up, when he's trying to kind of communicate. I usually he seems like he's kind of quiet, but says, I always have a sheet with me, but Mike did a fantastic job. Well, didn't do a fantastic job against the 49ers. I communicate with Mike. I communicate with Thomas McGahee. I communicate with Wink. So the offensive staff did a great job. Moved the ball, scored some points, did their job. Quarterback Daniel Jones also confirmed the plays were still coming in from Kafka, but that hasn't slowed the debate. Even as the Giants fell to the 49ers 30-12 on Thursday night, the theories still persisted. On Friday, during an appearance on Up and Adams, wide receiver Darius Slayton was asked about the speculation and who is currently calling the offensive plays. Darius Slayton said, DJ's got the mic in his helmet. I don't know who's talking to him, but as far as I know, Kafka calls the plays and always has called the plays, Slayton said. To the extent of my knowledge, he's still currently calling the plays. Obviously, you see the stuff people say and the rumors and all of that, but at the end of the day, to my knowledge, I know Kaf calls the plays. Daboll has said it, Jones has said it now, and Slayton is saying it. But people are still going to question who's calling the plays. Kafka will have the opportunity to address the rumors next week during his press conference. Oh, boy. Isn't he lucky? You can almost imagine all the questions that he's going to be asked about as far as calling the plays. You can. I mean, how many times they're going to wind up asking him the same question over and over and over? But how long will we be calling the plays for? Well, because we have I seen this. This is the Giants' offensive futility. Holy cow! I mean, their offensive futility here. Giants never gained less than 200 yards of total offense with a healthy Daniel Jones starting at quarterback prior to this season. A healthy Daniel Jones. Now, it's happened twice in 3 games. That's right. Dave Gettleman. I mean, just think of these names here, guys. Think of these names, right? All right. Dave Gettleman, Pat Shurmur. I got to give, I don't want to knock Pat Shurmur offensively wise, okay, because the man could, he had very good at calling plays, I think, anyway. Maybe he wasn't the greatest coach in the world, okay. He wasn't the greatest coach in the world, but I think he wasn't that horrible as maybe putting up some points, because let's not forget, Daniel Jones's first season, right? He played in 13 games, started 12 of them. So in his 12 games he started, he threw 24 touchdown passes in 12 games. That's something he hasn't not even come close to, right? Since his rookie season, since 2019, right? Shurmur's final season. Sherman's fine, and they had a bad team, and he threw 24 touchdown passes in 12 games. And not only that, he had some rushing touchdowns as well. So let me see here. Let me look this up. I forgot how many rushing touchdowns he had. So I know he had 20. He had about 3,000 turnovers in 2019. I know he had 12 interceptions. I think he had 842 fumbles. I get that. But he had 24 passing touchdowns. He started in 12 games. He played in 13. He had a cup of coffee in the one Dallas game where the Giants were losing probably like 3,000 to 2. So I think he was in like for one drive. So that's why he played in 13 games. But he actually started in 12. So let's see how many he had. 2 rushing touchdowns. That was his first game against the Tampa Bay. So he had 26 touchdowns overall in 12 games. So, I don't want to, you like to mock Shermer. I know I like to mock Shermer. It's just funny. But, as far as him calling plays and all, he didn't do maybe the worst of job because he got 24 passing touchdowns out of Daniel Jones. Right. But let's see what we got here. That's right. Dave Gettleman, Pat Shermer, Mike Shula. Remember him? Joe Judge, Jason Garrett never oversaw an offensive yardage output with a healthy Daniel Jones like week 1 and week 3 losses to the Cowboys and to the 49ers. Brian Dable's offense put up a measly 171 yards and 0 points against the Cowgirls, who still suck. And a 40-0 week 1 home loss on September 10th. Then, after erupting for the one half, we got the 31-28 comeback in Arizona. They had 150 yards of offense against the 49ers in their 30-12 defeat. Their 150 yards against the Niners actually, whoops. Oh, hold on. Oop. Bam. Oh, I lost it on. I'll get it back here. Is that it? Nope. I'll get it back here. On. Because I had to take some pictures. Come on. There you go. All right, cool. The 150 yards against the Niners actually was the Giants' franchise lowest total in a decade since their 38-0 road loss at Carolina on September 22nd, 2013 with Eli Manning quarterback. 150 yards was their all-time low. Going back 10 years. The only sub-200-yard game the Giants game Jones started from 2019 to 2022 was the 159-yard, 26-7 home loss against the Cardinals in Week 14 of the 2020 season, Judge's rookie year. But let's not forget, Jones he had the hamstring injury that he got. I believe it was against the Bengals. He tried to come back. He shouldn't have played. He was a sitting duck. He got sacked like 8 times. He should not have been in that game. He should not have been in that game. He was not healthy. All right. But that was the game when an immobile Jones, because I believe his hamstring, entered with a hamstring injury, didn't run once, got sacked 8 times, hurt himself again, and then was replaced by Colt McCoy. Jones was also hurt and out for the season when Jake Fromm, remember twice, and Mike Glennon started final 3 games of Judge's final season. Remember that, right? When we had 192 yards, 155 yards, and 177 yards. That's the one game when Glennon against the Bears had -6 yards passing. I mean, holy cow. And 20 total points against the Eagles, Bears, and Washington. Fast forward to 2023, though, and there is now a viral video of Jones reading the 49ers defense pre-snap on Thursday with a look of apparent concern or confusion on his face. He's walking up to the line of scrimmage like, oh, my God. Not good. Not good enough. Not good enough, Jones said after meeting Thursday game that was frustrating at times. Dable and Mike Kafka are the offensive gurus. They're the ones who supposedly had unlocked Jones and the offense last season, earned the Giants a playoff victory, and Jones got a new deal. GM Joe Schoen has been trying to rebuild this season. 8 of Thursday's 11 offensive starters were players that Schoen brought in, including 4 on the offensive line. All right, let's see here. Oops. Oh, boy. Oop. See if I can. All right, Dable and Kafka unthinkably ran the ball only 11 times on Thursday for a pathetic 29 yards. The Giants' lowest rushing total since Judge's 2020 season opener against the Steelers when they got 29 yards too. That was unbelievable. The Niners' defense has allowed only 159 total yards of rushing through 3 games, the third lowest total for the 49ers since 1970. Still, the Giants didn't even try to use Jones's leg. He had 2 rushes for 5 yards. That surprised the 49ers' Nick Bosa, who recalled Jones doing damage with the zone read in the 36-9 49ers win over the Giants in 2020. But so if we go back, I said you wind up looking at the what we got here. And so in 2019, the Giants, let's see here. 2019, this is Daniel Jones' rookie season. 2019, the Giants were 4-12. All right. They did not have a good team. Their lowest output was they had 211 yards against the Vikings. They had 213 against the Patriots. Let's see, in 2020, all right, this would be Joe Judge's first season. Let's see here. They had 159 yards. That was the one game against the Cardinals. That was the game. 2 games prior to that, Daniel Jones was trying to slide against the Bengals. He did whatever to his hamstring, trying to slide. Injured himself big time. The following week, the Giants, with a backup quarterback on the road with Colt McCoy, went into Seattle and beat the Seahawks. Then finally they came home. Daniel Jones came back, tried to come back against the Cardinals, and they only had 159 yards total offense. He was just a sitting duck back there. But so he was not a healthy Daniel Jones. Then, of course, in 2021, the last 3 games of the season, my goodness, had 192 yards, 155 yards, and 177. That's with Jake Fromm and Mike Glennon in there. And, of course, the 155 yards, that included -6 passing. So you look, as unbelievably freaking pathetic as the Giants were when Mike Glennon passed for -6 yards against the Bears, we still had more offensive yards with a backup with Mike Glennon, a 39th string quarterback, -6 yards of passing. We still had more yards in that game against the Bears, 155, than we did with a healthy Daniel Jones against the 49ers, had 151. Absolutely unbelievably. And another thing, just to kind of show you, is that the Giants had 151 against the 49ers on Thursday night. Now, if I can pull this up here. All right. Now the Giants' their offensive line was, and they had a bunch of backups in there, and Lemieux was in there. They had the Zudu in there, McKeithen, and Bredesen was out. Andrew Thomas was out. So things were not good, right? But the Giants, according to PFF, the Giants' pass blocking grade after three games is a 34.9. Somehow, the Pittsburgh Steelers are even worse in the first two games. I'm not talking about the game tonight against the Raiders, right? The first two games, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who went up against the 49ers, somehow the Pittsburgh Steelers pass blocking is even worse than the Giants. Somehow the Pittsburgh Steelers pass blocking, according to PFF, is a 25.5. I don't know how that's humanly possible to have a professional football team. Once again, it's only after two games. I get it. Small sample size. 25.5, the whole team. 25.5. And they went up against the 49ers. And somehow the Steelers still managed to get 90 more yards in offense than the Giants did. The Steelers had 239 yards of offense against the 49ers. And their pass blocking grade is even worse than the Giants. 25.5. The Giants is almost like a 35. So the Giants are almost 10 points higher, according to PFF. They're both absolutely pathetic. But somehow the Giants, pass blocking is better than the Steelers. But somehow the Steelers managed almost 90 more yards of offense than the Giants did. I mean, my goodness. My goodness. But, what we got, Benny Jim? If DJ played his whole rookie season, he would have broke Baker. Yeah. He probably would have had over 1,000 fumbles. Oh, yeah. Yep. Well, you got to, he had some fumbles, he had some interceptions, but he had 24 passing touchdowns in 12 games. If you go at that rate, he played 12 full games, 24 touchdown passes. So even I'm smart enough to figure this out. 24 touchdown passes, 12 games. That's 2 per game, right? If he played in all 16 games, right? I'm just at that rate, he would have 32 passing touchdowns. Pretty good, not too bad. Now, now of course he's been injured, and all that stuff and everything. But let's look at his. Even last year, he only had 15 passing touchdowns, right? He had. All right, we can look like this here. 2019, he had 24 touchdowns. His next two seasons combined, he still didn't have 24 passing touchdowns. He had 21. His fourth season, he had 15. And then this season, he has 2, but he has 4 interceptions. So, and that was he only started 12 games in his rookie season, and he had 24 touchdown passes. His second season, first one with Judge and the Clapper, he started 14 games, 11 touchdown passes, less than 1 a game. His second season with Judge and the Clapper, he started 11 games through 10 touchdown passes. Last season, right, with Kafka and Dable, right? We won. We had a winning record. We got to the playoffs, won a playoff game. Cool. But he started 16 games. He only threw 15 touchdown passes. So his one season with Sherman, he threw 2 touchdown passes a game. His next 3 seasons, and actually even look this season, he hasn't thrown a touchdown pass a game average. He went 14 games with 11 games with 10 touchdown passes, 16 games with 15, and this year 3 games, 2 touchdown passes. So, it's going to be interesting to see. Because, somewhere along the line, if you're a coach, you got to do something. You have to maybe shake stuff up or whatever you got to do. And there's all different examples. And in a very, very, once again, very small way, I understand what Ben McAdoo tried to do. It was not the answer, this, that, and the other thing. I get it. What he tried to do when he pulled Eli out and put Geno Smith in, once again, I get it. But, with the streak and all and everything like that on the line, you're trying to do that, obviously that wound up being the wrong move. But I said, so, you got to do stuff to shake it up. It's kind of like what the meaning of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So, but very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. The Giants, oh yeah. I'm so happy. Up. He cleaned up his turnovers. Yeah. A lot of quarterbacks never get over that. He got 4 picks, and yep. And unfortunately, it's a shame because they all looks horrible on Daniel Jones. It's like, hey, he's got 4 interceptions already. He sucks, Well, if you look at the passes, bounce. It's like we got like Evan Ingram's running around out there, right? Bounce right off his hands into a defender's hand, right? I mean, the one of them for Daniel Jones certainly was his fault, but I mean, Saquon has 2 of them. Darren Waller's got 1. Yep, 3 bounced off players right into the air. Yep. Only other team, other players can catch them but us. That's right. Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right, what the hell we got here? Oh, there. Oh, there we go. 7 things the Giants must improve. I've seen this. I got 3,000 tabs open up here. 7 things they must improve on. There's a lot of things they got to improve on. What was this here? Oh, here we go. Who is this here? Giants Wire. Who wrote this here? Oh, okay. I don't see it. I don't see a name. Oh, John Finelli wrote this. 7 things the Giants must improve on. 1 is tackling. Oh my God. Holy cow. And tackling and punishing the ball carriers. I'm adding punishing the ball carriers. Because it seems like the other teams are kind of like they're like enjoying. They're like running and like running through the Giants or getting hit by a couple of Giants and still churning for extra yards and stuff like that. Somebody gets their hands on them and just holds them, and the other 10 guys come in and take a shot at them. Nothing cheap, but just hit them. Just keep pounding on them. Right? Says the Giants missed a month's worth of tackles on Thursday night against the 49ers. By most accounts, it was 16 in total, and many came on 3rd down at crucial points in the game. I mean, you effing kidding me? 16. The sloppy tackling allowed the 49ers to extend drives and control the clock. Yep. Many have pointed to the lack of physicality in practice and the fact that the Giants only held walkthrough workouts in the days between the games in Arizona and the 49ers. Head coach Brian Daboll discounted that angle when pressed about it after the game. Pass protection. I mean, well, the Giants did what they had to try to do, pass protection against the 49ers. Yeah, quick stuff. Unfortunately, having Jalen Hyatt out there and sending them to the house, and you just run. I'm going to throw as far as I can, and you catch it, and you run in for a touchdown, and we'll all do the Macarena, right? Unfortunately, that wasn't much in the cards because Daniel Jones would have to stand actually in the pocket upright for 3 seconds. And that, was something that would be rather difficult against the 49ers, also rather difficult against the Cowboys, too. Giants played Thursday game without starting left tackle Andrew Thomas and Ben Bredesen. That changed the passing game plan to 2-step drops. Let's see, so 12 times in 3 games. So that would be, let's just say 15 games. That would be 60. So it'd be at this pay, right? 12 times 5, right, would be 60. So at this rate, he gets sacked like 65 to 70 times. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's good. Really good. You gotta love it. And he's been under pressure in 47% of his dropbacks, the highest rate in the NFL. I mean, are we really asking for just, I mean, what do we got to do? We got to ask Santa Claus for an offensive line that can keep our quarterback upright for more than like 2 seconds. Is that what we got to do? I think we all should just ask Santa Claus for Christmas for an offensive line. The Giants replaced Bredesen with Shane Lemieux, who I think graded out, if I remember it correctly, he graded out like a 3.5 in PFF, his pass blocking grade. A 3.5, who was dominated by the Niners' interior defensive line. I mean, there's the offensive line, and then there's quality depth, right? And holy cow, quality depth. That's been eluding the Giants for quite some time. The quick solution here would be to get Thomas and Bredesen back, keep Marcus McKeithen at right guard. That would also benefit from right tackle Evan Neal playing up to his draft pedigree. So was it 17-6 at half? These are all halftime scores, right? We scored 6 points in the first half, right? 26-0, 20-0, 17-6. So in 3 games, we scored 6 points in the first half. 6 points. We're averaging 2 points a game in the first half. Giants have been slow to get out of the gates this season. They failed to score in the first half of their first 2 games and managed just 2 field goals against the 49ers. Josh Dubow of the Associated Press posted on Twitter. I'm not going to say X, Twitter, that the Giants' minus 57 point differential through the first 3 games is the worst of any team since at least the 1991 season. Minus 57. First 3 weeks in the first half. Oh, wait. Nice for the first 3 is the worst of. Oh, I guess it's for the whole game. Right, 40. Oh, maybe. Wow, minus 57. It's not even in the first half or nothing. Wow. So the minus 57 point differential through the first 3 weeks is the worst of any team since 19. So we're going back 30 years, and they're minus 57 after 3 weeks is the worst. Wow. In NFL. Wow. Their offense isn't powerful enough to keep playing from behind. They have to start faster to get going forward. Throw the ball deep. Well, they have to protect, but the offensive line troubles have greatly curtailed the deep passing attack, but that shouldn't completely eradicate it from the game plan. Against San Francisco, the longest game through the air was an 18-yard catch and run by Gary Brightwell. Rookie wideout Jalen Hyatt, who turned the Giants' fortunes around against the Cardinals with 2 long receptions, was not targeted in the game. The next one they have to do, pressure the passer. The Giants played without their best pure pass rusher, outside linebacker Azeez Ojulari. I mean, I'm sorry, we have to replace him. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, we're like in the preseason. We're like, man, tell you what, Azeez, if he can stay healthy, well, he's not going to stay healthy. He's not. Man, if he could stay healthy, he ought to get double digit. He's not going to stay healthy. He's not going to stay healthy. It's not happening. Right? Yeah. So, right? We need to replace him with somebody. Now, whether that's a free agent or whatever or something, we can't do it. Can't do it. They entered the game with no sacks in their first 2 games, but they did get 2. So after 3 games, they have 2 sacks. So basically, the Giants are on pace for, let's see, 5. That would be 10, maybe 11 or 12 sacks for the season. Their team on pace. They're on pace to give up like 65 sacks, and they're on pace to maybe get 12 for the season. So give up 65 and only get 12. So that's a minus 53 sack total. I'm sure that's a record too. That's what they're on pace for. They attempted to make up for that by blitzing Niners quarterback Brock Purdy at a historic rate to little avail. Giants blitz Brock Purdy 33 out of 39 dropbacks, 84.6%, the highest blitz rate in the game in the NGS era, Next Gen Stats era. Likewise, Purdy averaged the fastest time to throw of his career, 2.34 seconds. There was always somebody open. Always somebody open. He always had an answer. Step back, 2.34 seconds. Within 2.34 seconds, he had his answer. Now, whether it was here or whatever, he had, 2.34 seconds. He was able to, 1 or 2 of it, whatever, get it off, complete it. First down, move the chains. The result was only 2 sacks and 4 total quarterback hits. Got to do better at getting home. Turn Daniel Jones loose. The allure of having Daniel Jones as your quarterback is the complete pass run tool set he brings to the offense. Well, see, with this one here, I mean, yeah, but you certainly don't want to have him be the main, because the more hits he takes, you're just asking for trouble. But it says on Thursday, the Giants decided they were going to put Jones in a box and keep him safe. He only rushed the ball 2 times. That's not good. For the Giants offense to reach its potential, they have to allow Jones to make plays with his legs. They have to stop the run. Oh, my God. The Giants' run defense was ranked 28th out of 32 teams in 2022, allowing 146 yards a game. This offseason, obviously, Shane addressed the run defense through free agency and the draft, but thus far, the results have not changed. Through 3 games, the Giants are allowing 138 yards per game on the ground. Much of this could be due to the fact that the Giants have been behind on the scoreboard much of the time. They need to shore up that leaky run defense quickly if they want to turn the season around. I mean, my goodness. All right, what we got here? Nope, that's it. I guess is that 7 things? I don't think that was 7 things, but oh my God. Oh man, they got a lot to work on. A lot to work on. Then finally, I don't know. I mean, I really don't think any way, shape, or form that this is going to be a repeat of 2016/2017. 2016, we went out, we spent some money, right? Ben McAdoo was the new coach, right? And we were 11-5. We won a bunch of real close, low-scoring games. And then 2017 came around. We added Evan Ingram. We lost Victor Cruz. He was never. 2016 was Cruz. Yeah, only 7. Yeah, only 7. But after 2016, we lost Cruz. Cruz's last season with the Giants was 2016. But in 2017, we added Evan Ingram. A mismatch. Not. I mean. He's not doing too bad with Jacksonville, but But you look at 2016, it's like we had the same guys, like I'm pretty much on the defense. It's like the defense should still be good. We got Eli, right? A lot of the same guys. We added Evan Ingram, right? So we should be doing pretty good, right? And then it just went from 11-5. I forgot what we won 4 games. Was it 3 games? I think it was 3 games. I mean, holy cow. I mean, I don't think it's going to be anything like that. I think, I think it's because last year we won, we got winning season, went to the playoffs, won a playoff game. Unlike we didn't do that in 2016, but and then all of a sudden it's starting really, really bad. I definitely think that we're, the coaches and Shane, I think, have the ship, I guess, steering in the right direction. It just sometimes it's just you just want to vent, you know what I mean, and just get all mad and pissed off. But I mean, in 2016, it was McAdoo came in, he was the offensive coordinator. I believe he was calling the plays for Coughlin in 2015. Coughlin was gone. And then we kept McAdoo, calling the plays, right? Like, Dave, we brought in Dable's an offensive-minded coach, right? Had McAdoo, the offensive-minded coach. We spent some money on free agency. We brought in Snacks Harrison, Jack Rabbit, was Olivier Vernon, right? Brought those guys in. So we had a nice front wall. We had the good, nice secondary and everything. We had good defense, and the offense just scored just enough. Right, we had, of course, Odell Beckham Jr., right, with Sterling Shepard. We had in 2016 the 2nd-round pick. Then we had Victor Cruz. So in 2017, you were kind of expect, well, we should do. I'm not saying we're going to win a Super Bowl, but we should be okay. And you go from 11-5, I think it was 3-13. It just seems like last year, we were 9-7-1. A lot of things. We won a lot of close games. We had a lot of easier opponents. A lot of things went our way. We did beat the Packers on the road. We did beat the Ravens. We did beat the Titans first game of the season. And it's just like, man, are we taking a step back? I mean, we can't tackle. Last year, one of our big things was we were good at tackling. I'm just going to remember from what PFF had. But our tackling grade was usually very good. We got some more sacks. We had some more quarterback hits and pressures and all. But I remember our tackling was very, very good. It's like all of a sudden, it's like we can't tackle no more. We can't tackle, really? Our run defense. I mean, last year, we had like Calitro. It started. These are the guys who started at middle linebacker for last year. Tay Crowder and Austin Calitro. Right? and we stunk, and because anybody you brought in, if Leonard Williams or Sexy Dexy had to take a breather, the guys you brought in behind him were not very good. Or the problem is that you just keep Leo Lyon and Dexter Lawrence out there. We'll keep our best guys out there. But the problem with that is they start getting tired, and once you start getting tired, it's effective. So our run defense was not good. All right. So we brought in Ashawn Robinson, Nacho, Sexy Dexy. Leonard Williams is not injured like he was last year. We got, Isaiah Simmons who can run all over the freaking place. Bobby Okereke. So the run defense should be better, right? Yeah. I mean, I said we're missing tackles, and then it's almost kind of like comical. It's like some of the guys, like the game against the Cardinals, Connor, guy's a beast. Guy's a good, solid running back. He played very well today against the Cowboys, but it's just like he'd get the ball and he and a giant would try to tackle him, maybe bounce off him, or somebody would grab a hold of him, and Connor's just dragging him along, and somebody else would try to grab some more Connor. He's just dragging him along. It's just like, can't we bring anybody down? What's going? I mean, do we have is who's the dog? I did this on one of my videos a night or two ago. Who's the freaking dog on the defense? Is there anybody that's going to stand in the middle of the huddle and just get in people's faces? Right? What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Right? Who's the dog? We don't have that. We got a bunch of guys. All right, guys, let's go. All right, what's my cool? All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's an attitude. The defense is a freaking attitude. Just don't have it. Soft. I mean, some of these things are certainly correctable, but I just don't see it. I don't see it so far. So, oh, man. All right, guys. Well, it's been 42 minutes. Cowboys suck. And I'll tell you what. They had fun. Yeah. I mean, some of it's just an attitude, what I mean? I don't mean by no shape or form do I mean go in there and snap somebody's ankle or try to take some guy's knee out, something like that. But now, man, if the guy is dragging you along, that's cool. All right, we got 8, 9 other guys running to the ball. Everybody hit them. Everybody hit them. Somebody stand them up. And just keep doing that for 60 minutes. Let's see how you like us now. I don't see any of that. You know what I mean? Like you'll get 1 or 2 guys that might be holding on, and you might have maybe 1 or so guys, running up to the pile, and like, I think those 2 guys will make the tackle. They're kind of like just standing there, kind of looking, don't get involved or nothing. Don't hit the guy. Don't want to do that. I mean, it's like, I mean, the fundamentals should go back to the 4-3. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. See, when things are going good, everything's just hunky-dory. Everybody's holding hands and singing and dancing Kumbaya and hey, I mean, but when things going bad, Yeah. But I mean, like the missed tackles, just, So, I mean, obviously some of this stuff certainly is correctable and all, but tell you what, boy, they better start thinking about correcting this stuff sooner or later. Hopefully, with this nice little long stretch, hopefully, if we're lucky, maybe we can get Andrew Thomas back, right? I don't know if we're going to be able to get Saquon back with high ankle sprain right away, but I'll tell you what, boy. I'll tell you what. One more time for the hearing impaired. I'll tell you what. I hope we get it back by the time we play Miami. They only put up 70 points today. 5 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns, over 350 yards passing, 350 yards rushing, over 700 yards of offense. And I think we're in Miami. I think we're playing in Miami. I mean, holy cow. I'll tell you what, if we don't tackle in that one, they might put up 80 points. And ironically, they scored 70. Well, the highest point total during the regular season, the highest point total ever given up was the 1940 championship game. The Bears scored 73. the 73-0, they beat the Redskins, the Washington Redskins 73-0. That was a 1940 championship game. But however, the 1966 season was the Washington Redskins beat the Giants 72-41. So the highest point total during the regular season was against the Giants. We gave up 72 points. But I'll tell you what, boy, if the Giants don't get pressure on Tua, or we don't feel like tackling or whatever like that, I couldn't imagine how many points we're going to give up against Miami. And then let's not forget about Buffalo either, right? Buffalo, they put up 37, I think, was on the Commanders today. They look pretty good. And let's not forget about the Seahawks. The Seahawks, they put up, what did they put up, 35 today? 30 something, but I mean, they beat Carolina at home, but they put up 30 something, 35, 37 points, something like that. But let's not forget also the week before that, Seattle went into Detroit and put up overtime. I think it was like 40 points. So Seattle puts up some points, so I tell you what, if we start missing some tackles, or we don't feel like pounding somebody when we got a chance, or everybody rallying to the ball and stuff like that, man, we're in some deep trouble here, brother. Oh, it could be a long season. Well, I mean, I really like it. If you get a lot of times, like when you're in the 3-point stance, you get a little better, push off than just standing straight up. Maybe a little more strength, something. But once again, I don't know. I mean, they brought these guys in for a reason. Let's see if they can. They brought all these pieces of the puzzle together. Let's see if they can get them to actually fit together. I mean, we weren't too bad last year. I mean, sometimes it's just kind of like a little odd. It maybe take a little while for us to start gelling, because there are some different guys in there. There's certainly some different guys. We got 2 rookie cornerbacks, right? So maybe it should take a little while for us to gel. But, I mean, if you think about the guys we had last year and then you think about the guys we have this year, it's, I mean, especially with the run defense, I mean, with the carrot cave back there, I mean, I thought we'd at least the same, but certainly doesn't look like it on defense. And I'll be interested to see somewhere along the line, because Dable, somewhere along the line, he's got to do something. I don't know if he'd take over play calling or what the heck he's going to do, but man, where we got? Kayvon has to steadily rush and not be back. He's back in coverage a lot. Well, of course, he had that one penalty, the one ticky-tack penalty. Apparently, he was 6 yards back when he pushed the receiver. He's only allowed to be 5 yards back. So they had to throw the flag. But the Giants held him there anyway, I think, on that drive, and forced him to kick a field goal. So that worked out okay. But he's got him doing so many different things. Either rushing the pass or dropping in coverage. And I don't know. It'd be nice if he can just work on one of his skills and really excel at one of his skills. But he looks frustrated and lost. Yep. Yeah, I mean, you pick a guy number 5 overall. This is his second season here. And I mean, it certainly did some nice things last season. And you certainly thought, I mean, if you could just, I'm not saying he's Micah Parsons. I'm not saying he's a Hall of Famer, but I mean, he wasn't too bad. It wasn't horrible last year. Would you have liked to see he's number 5? Would you like to see it a little bit more? Yeah. Last year? Yeah, I think so. But, I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10 for a number 5 pick, I'd have to give him maybe a 6 or somewhere around there. I mean, he wasn't unbelievably horrible by any stretch of imagination, but for a number 5 overall, would you like them been better? Oh yeah. But I mean, if he just, slowly gets a little bit better, because, you know what I mean? Right. But I mean, it's just, he did get a sack, so that's good, but I don't know. The problem is, I mean, it's like, once we start losing, yeah, it's only going to get worse. And boy, is a really tough schedule for the Giants. I mean, as I said, we have to play the Seahawks, right? The Bills. We got to play the Dolphins. Thankfully, we got to play the Jets. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let me type this up here. New York Giants. Now, I know we have to play the Commanders soon, Or somewhere. Let's see. All right. Got to play the C. Yeah, so the next three. The next three are we got the Seahawks, the Dolphins, and the Bills. Ooh. Ooh. All three of those teams can put up some points, right? So we have the Seahawks at home, and then we have the Dolphins and the Bills on the road. Then we come home and play the Commanders. Now, I'm not impressed. Not impressed at all, right? Then we have to play the Jets. Once again, Wilson, I am not impressed. Not impressed at all. I mean, their offense really looked bad today. Again, it was pouring rain out and all that stuff. I get it. And actually, somehow, they actually almost won the freaking game on a Hail Mary at the end of the game. But for the longest time, they had 3 points, I think, all game. Like with about 5 minutes to go in the game, they had 3 points. 6 minutes to go in the game. I mean, they looked horrible, absolutely horrible. And I said, the Commanders' offense, they looked horrible too. And then then the Raiders. Okay. Then we got to play the Cowboys again, and then we got to play the Commanders again. So I mean, we got like the next 3 games be huge because after that, as I said, we have some winnable games with the Commanders, maybe the Raiders, right, and the Jets. We got some. We can. I'm saying we're gonna, but at the next 3 games, teams that can put up some points. The Seahawks have been putting up a bunch of points. The Bills can put up some points, and the Dolphins can put up some points. So our defense is, we're going to need all hands on deck. We got to put up some points, and our defense has got to freaking tackle. They can't miss tackle. Yeah, I'm sorry, they have to want to tackle. They got to make the tackles. They got to gang. Yeah. Whew. I mean, 1-5, boy. Man, 1-5. If we're 1-5, boy, but that's down the road. We got to think about the Seahawks next. So we can beat the Seahawks, but it's going to take be a big effort for us to beat the Seahawks because they score some points. I mean, within Jigba, Lockett, and Metcalf. Oof, very, very good. That's a heck of a threesome they got there. All right, guys. Well, it's been 52-minute video. Oh, Daniel, long season. I hope not. I hope not. That's what I'm saying. It can be a great season, or it can be yeah. And then the thing, because you get all this freaking buildup about this season, and then this season is like, yeah. I mean, if we wind up 5-12 or something like that, you're like, and then we can add guys next season, and you're like, well, I don't know. We added guys last season, and we were 5-12. So we adding more guys this season. Are we still going to suck, or are we going to get better? Welcome to New York Giants football. Well, guys, thanks for listening. Thank you. It's been 53 minutes. I greatly appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Or if anybody spends any time watching the replays, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Thank you. As always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Cowboys suck. Woo! Oh, yeah.